Hey everybody, welcome back to the Michigan Grown, Michigan Great field ride-alongs, where we are with Scott Miller today in the Capital Region of Michigan, and he will walk us through what's happening here in the field for harvesting field corn. Say hi.
Hi everybody.
Scott, can you walk us through what we're seeing from front to back?
Well, this is number 2 yellow corn we're harvesting. Harvesting it with a Case International Combine 8-row corn head. So what you see going on in front, the corn head basically is grabbing the stalk as high speed. The stalk rolls and pulls the stalk down almost to the top of the ear off. The combine travels over the road, which tractions, takes the kernels off the cob, discharges the cobs out onto the ground, and then end up in the bin behind us. And then when that gets full, I offload it into my grain cart running next to me, which is just about to overflow. And my wife operates, and then she will take this up and dump it into the semi, and then we'll haul off and put it in our storage.
Excellent. And this is field corn, which is different than what you and I eat, right?
Yes, yeah, quite a bit different. Number 2 yellow corn, field corn, is harvested to maturity, to dry. You know, we try to store it. It needs to be about 15% moisture. Edible corn, you would pick why everything is still green, why the kernels are still moist and plump. That's the biggest physical difference between the two. Other than the sweetness and the taste, it's a very similar corn, but when it's harvested and how it's prepared, this corn goes into livestock feed primarily, whether it's cows, pigs, chickens, turkeys, livestock, type of field corn. And it also goes into the ethanol plant for ethanol production, and a large percentage of that corn bushel that goes to make ethanol still comes back to the farm in form of dried distiller's grain, which is fed to livestock as well.
All right. And this is different than popcorn too, right?
Popcorn, yeah. Now, if you've seen a popcorn field, you'd have a hard time telling the difference from the road, the difference between that and field corn. Until you pull the husk back and you can see it. It looks like popcorn. We all know what that looks like. Still harvested in the same fashion, handled in the same fashion as field corn. Very similar. There is some popcorn raised in Michigan. I know of a mid-Michigan operation that's getting into it at a pretty large scale. So it is out there, and we all love popcorn.
And can you tell us, there's a lot going on next to you too. Yeah. What is all that?
Well, this is the kind of the brainchild of the combine. It's telling me what's going on. Yield, moisture. It just beeped at me, told me my grain bin's full, so I'm gonna have to stop here pretty soon because it's gonna be running out on the ground. But monitors all the functions of the combine. It also also makes a map that we can download as a USB drive right here. We'll download all our harvest information and put it on our desktop computer back in the office, and we'll be able to analyze what varieties went good and what didn't, what areas of the field need fertilizer or drainage or improving to make for a better crop. And a lot of data that again is and we're full, so we're going to sit here until our cart gets back.
All right. Well, as I'm riding along, what questions do you guys have about Michigan farming today, specifically field corn? So as we've been riding along with Scott Miller in the Capital Region of Michigan harvesting corn, we've seen a lot of wildlife. We've seen deer and rabbits, and I want to ask him a little bit about the environment here and how he's protecting it. So can you tell us a little bit about why it's important to you to protect this environment here where you farm?
Well, we talk about family farming is very important. I want my farm, the legacy that my grandfather and father built. I want to pass that on to our next generation. So we have to take care of our land to do that. We can't abuse it. So we farm with very environmentally sound practices. All the latest technology to harvest with, use it to apply our fertilizer in a way that we don't overapply or right time, and that will ensure that this farm can live on to my grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Here in Michigan, we talk a lot about local foods and the diversity of foods that we have. But what we're harvesting today, this field corn, isn't necessarily something that we eat straight from the field. So, Scott, how would you say that, well, first of all, what does local mean to you?
Well, obviously local is, nearby. Is it something that I can hop in my car and get to in 15-20 minutes? A lot of people that live in the city, local is 2 blocks away. When you live in the country, local is 25 to 30 miles away.
Yeah, so it's all about perception.
Yep.
How would you say people could support you as a local farmer? Because we can't buy this at a farmer's market or at a grocery store in the form that you're harvesting it today.
Right. In grain farming, it's a world market. Our prices and commodities are based on what's going on in the world, and just understanding what is grown locally, whether it's field corn, soybeans, wheat, sugar beets, understanding what those products go into. Corn goes in, anywhere from cereals to corn sweeteners to de-icers for the road. They make out of cornstarch. They make non-corrosive de-icers they use in the airports a lot. There's a lot of soybeans ink. Most of your newspapers are printed with soy ink. So there's a lot of products out there that are derived from corn and soybeans that you use in everyday life. And if you want to get to know what these products are and where they come from, that's just have to educate yourself and ask the right questions. But yeah, you're not going to see a bushel of my field corn in the grocery store to buy, because that's just not what it is. But there's a lot of products that are derived from what we grow, and it's used locally every day.
Yeah, and even though we're seeing a lot of corn today, you raise other things too, right? Right.
We rotate with corn and soybeans and a little bit of wheat, so we equally raise as many acres of beans as we do corn. So it's a big part of our operation. Big supporter of soybeans and the products that come from that as well.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about soybeans. Are they harvested kind of in the same fashion that we're doing today with corn?
Yeah, same machine. We have a different head. This detaches, and a different head that cuts the. You actually take the whole plant in to separate the soybean out of the pod and the stems, and then we sit and handle it from there. Similarly, sometimes we have to dry it, we put it in storage, and then we haul it to our end users. And soybeans is anywhere from soybean meal that's used to feed animals to food grade products that are made directly out of soybeans. Like I mentioned before, soy ink is a big commercial use of soybeans. So it's a very vast industry that we supply.
Yeah, and are those harvested kind of at the same time?
Yep. We're finished with it now. We in our part of the state usually try to get your beans done first, then the corn, just because of the chance of snow. Soybeans and harvesting soybeans in the snow don't work very good. But yeah, it's a fall harvest, and as soon as it gets ready, get out there and get it.
All right. And would you say that you're kind of on track, the same schedule this year as you have been in previous years with your soybeans and with your corn?
And generally, I mean, it's traveling. We like to be done by the mid of November. It's usually on the later side for us. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later, just depending on the weather. We got planting was delayed this year because of excessive rain, and then our harvest has been delayed because of excessive rain. So that's just it's the way it is. So you know what to do.
Great. And as you guys think of questions, please let us know. We are riding along with Scott Miller here in the Capital Region of Michigan. Back again with Scott Miller in the Capital Region of Michigan, and he is still harvesting hours later. And so I wanted to ask him what it meant to him to work with family, because he and his wife have been out here all day farming, harvesting their field corn. So Scott, can you tell us a little bit about what it means to you to work with family?
Well, farming is one of the few businesses that is, for predominantly family oriented. It starts with the family and pretty much all families involved. And I got to work with my grandpa, I got to work with my dad, and it's fun. And now I've worked with my wife for 30 years now on it. And we're bringing our son back to the farm here in the next year, and it's just really nothing like it. And not only raising kids on a farm, but being able to work side by side with your family members every day. Something that you just don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, definitely. And here it is, still harvesting, and it's about to be dark here in Michigan, and they're still at it, working side by side, team of husband and wife here on their farm in the capital region of Michigan. Seen a lot from inside the combine today, harvesting field corn, and it brings to mind for a lot of us road safety and how we can share the road when it comes to farm equipment. And so I'm going to ask Scott here about what we can do as consumers to help share the road. Do you have some tips for us?
Well, it's people that have never been in a tractor or a combine and try to move this stuff down the road, and I understand that they don't understand, they don't always know how to drive around. We're going to travel about 25 mile an hour top speed, more around in 15 to 20. And when people meet us, just help get get over. We're going to get over the best we can, but we can't clear the lane, like you would like it. So we ask them to be patient. We're well lit. Our equipment, lots of flashers, lots of lights. We try not to. We have road lights, so they're a low beam, so they're not going to blind anybody. They're not like these field lights. But lots of flashing lights, and just be aware. It's that time of year, and spring and the fall, where there's lots of equipment around, and unfortunately we can't quit when it gets dark. We got to keep working, and it's going to be moving from field to field in the dark. So we're looking out for you. So I hope you look out for us.
All right, and we want to answer your questions about Michigan farming at any time. So as you think of those questions, please let us know. You can write to us here on our Facebook page or visit our website, michigangrown.org.